Welcome to Armenia.
Armenia.
Welcome to Armenia. Welcome to Armenia.
Welcome to Armenia!
Բարի գալուս Հայաստան!
We are at the Northern Avenue of Yerevan. It's one of the famous landmarks here. It's a pedestrianized street which connects the Republic Square and the Opera Theater over there. So it's actually filled with restaurants, high-end, shops. I have cafes. It's actually very different at night.
And look how busy it is at night.
It's amazing what goes on here during nighttime when it's busy. So let's go.
So we're right here in the middle of the roundabout, and Aaron's thought that there was a pedestrian lane out there, but it wasn't a pedestrian lane at all. It's like lines in the roads, but we ran and got here just to get that perfect photo of the Republic Square. So hopefully we get the best photo.
Grand Public Square of Yerevan. It's actually surrounded by many neoclassical buildings designed by the architect Alexander Tamanyan. Oval in shape, which is because Alexander wanted it to resemble traditional Armenian carpet when viewed from the top. So I think this is the National Art Gallery, and then there are other buildings. Like, if I'm not mistaken, the one with the clock tower is the City Hall, I think. And then there are other ones. And then that over there is Marriott Hotel. This one I'm not quite sure. We're actually here to explore it, right? So come on, let's explore it.
So there's a fountain show right here in this area from 9 o'clock till 11 in the evening.
Something about Armenia. Some nice to know facts. Armenia is the very first state in the world which has converted to Christianity, and Christianity has been a great part in the everyday lives of Armenians. Armenia is actually a very large kingdom before, most powerful kingdom at the east of the Roman Empire. But through the centuries, the present-day Armenia is just 10% of its original size, largely because after World War I, most of its homeland was taken over by modern-day Turkey. So right now, even though it's only 10% of its original territory, each part is filled with history, with churches and everything. And the Armenian people were thought to descend from Noah himself. Mount Ararat, where the Ark of Noah landed after the flood, was originally a part of Armenia, considered a part of the national heritage, but now it's in Turkey. And what happened was, Armenia was founded by Haik. That's why the name of Armenia for Armenians is Hayastan. And then he named it after his father, who is Aram. And Aram descended from Shem, who was actually the son of Noah. We're leaving Republic Square because we just noticed in one of the streets that the biggest Armenian church in the world is actually just
Right
like
here.
yeah, like a few meters away. It's called Saint Gregory the Illuminator Cathedral or Basilica. So we're walking towards it right now. We decided that we're not that hungry yet, so we can pass on breakfast, maybe a few more hours.
Yeah, probably coffee somewhere.
Coffee somewhere in the street.
So that's their crown.
That guy is the Saint Gregory the Illuminator Basilica. So it's dedicated after Saint Gregory the Illuminator, who was the saint who converted Armenia into a Christian nation. We'll learn more about him as we go along in our travel in Armenia. We'll visit some of the places that are important to him. While we're in the topic of Saint Gregory the Illuminator, and while we're in the church which was dedicated to him, let's discuss about Christianity in Armenia. Armenia, as I said, is actually the very first state in world history to have converted to Christianity. Would you believe that it even converted before the Roman Empire? Yes, right, before Constantine the Great. So the story was Saint Gregory went here to teach about Christianity, but then was sent to prison for doing it in Corvirap, which we'll be going to, I think, tomorrow, or no, the day after tomorrow. Then what happened after 13 years, the king was having a sickness, and he had a dream that only Saint Gregory can heal him. So what he did, he went to the Corvirap monastery. It's like a pit, there's a prison pit there, and then found Saint Gregory still alive, and then Saint Gregory healed him. And because of that, the king converted to Christianity, and then eventually ordered to convert his whole state, his whole kingdom into Christianity. Thus was born Armenian Christianity.